And we're live. Howdy do, everyone. Everyone, howdy do.
Right. Happy birthday, Johnny.
So thank everyone for the well wishes. Thank everyone also for, I got PayPal, and somebody sent me, 2 people sent me PayPal. So thank you for that. We can't reply to you, so I'll say thank you here. I won't say your name because it might be your real name instead of your YouTube name. Thank you for the cards I got, especially all my minis. I'll do my tableaus and stuff with. I got another one. Thank you, Gail. And I'll use this one today. That's the name of it. For those interested in that type of thing.
Even little Johnny Fortescue came up to say happy birthday. He doesn't usually, come up on the table too much.
And it was supposed to arrive late, but the junk food god smiled upon me today. And thank you to Lori from The Way of Positive Change. She got me a box. It's actually 2, so there's another one coming, and I'll share. Well, sharing is for children. I'll show you, not share with you, but I'll show you when it gets here. But it's a box of cookies.
Yummers.
And they're all different kinds.
Yummers.
I'm a Gemini. I like variety. So this stays with me. Like, what'd you get? Nothing.
Cookies.
Nothing at all. Moving along. Nothing to see here.
I got one cookie. I ate it already. Nothing really in my room.
That's how I work around here. Get your own stuff. So, impromptu. How was Sedona?
Sedona was fabulous, and I stayed an extra couple of days and went up with a friend to the Grand Canyon on the rail. Well, we drove up west of Flagstaff. Flagstaff in Williams, Arizona, and took the Grand Canyon Railway on up. Which, by the way, I have a Grand Canyon Railway T-shirt. But that was beautiful because I've flown over it a zillion times going to Asia, never had visited the Grand Canyon. It was stunning, just stunning. And the little kitties. Well, it was really funny on the trip. Mel and I were on the same flight together. We flew in from O'Hare. And so we arrived first. So we went down to the rental car place where we had a couple of vans rented and waited on everybody else to arrive. So the next one that arrived was Susan Lynn. And we were cutting up. We were laughing. I'm like, we're going to be in so much trouble that like our sense of humor was similar. She goes, I'm going to put a poll up and ask who's going to get in trouble first. Well, I go off to the ladies' room, go in the ladies' room, do my thing, come out. Instead of turning left down the hallway, I turned right into the men's room. And I said, Johnny, I said, when you go live, you always go, hey, y'all, hey. I was like, hey, how you doing? So I'm backing out. So I got back out and I told Susan what happened. She goes, I haven't even got the poll posted yet. I said, well, Aries, we like to lead the way.
I'm sure that was an accident.
Oh, I'm sure it was an accident, but hey, y'all, hey, how you doing?
So like, oh, well, y'all got drinking fountains in here. What's going on?
Different in here. This doesn't look like the hallway.
Well, that's nice.
Can't take me anywhere.
Oh my
God. I
busted my toe on a step. You know, Aries are klutzes. We don't watch what we're doing because we're, busy looking around and running our mouths. And I stubbed my toe right into this hard concrete step and jammed my big toe, the toenail, into the nail bed. So it had this dark purple black line where I had bruised it really deep in the nail bed, and then also jammed the toe down at the joint where it joins the foot. My toe swelled up purple and black and blue and all the pretty colors. So I they're
doing energy work on myself. Then Mary Harrow, who's my assistant there, she was doing energy work on me that night. And then every day in the classes, because I was teaching healing energy work, I would let people work on my toe. My toe looks great now. It's got one little purple spot on it. Didn't lose my toenail, which is a miracle.
Mm-hmm. Mm.
So it pays to teach people how to do healing energy work, because then they can work on you. When you're a klutz and an Aries and get in trouble.
I drop everything, which, see.
I missed the Sunday night live. We were listening to it in the car Monday on the way up to Flagstaff, and we got so tickled listening to Becca when we're not with her. Yes, she's out of control. There were a lot more F-bombs, and we were laughing our asses off at her. Her and Ona. And Ona just kept on talking, like didn't notice, but we were cracking up. It's like Johnny and I step away for 1 week, and she's out of control. So the police have to come back Monday night or Sunday night.
Oh, what is that? 3 days. So I'll put up a poll. I'll put up a post if anyone wants to leave questions. I had a few, but we'll ask them tonight. How was my trip? Tribal woman, thank you for my minis as well too. I picked up some rocks while I was there. Why? I don't know. I just felt like
those are beautiful.
Mm-hmm. I wanted to find, because this is what you mainly find is just a bunch of black stones, and so when I could find any that were not all black, I'm like, oh, pick it up. And
so your luggage was a lot heavier when you got look at those rocks.
So these are, that's my memento from the beach. I'm not a beach person. I mean, it's the beach, you know. It was nice. It wasn't horrible or anything, but it's the beach. Take me to the mountains or the forest, then there you go. But the beach, it was, but it was still nice, though. I don't have it. I'm not crapping on it. There's nothing bad about it, but
it's nice to get away. It's just
the beach. Mm-hmm.
My little kitties definitely missed me. They, as you can tell, they haven't left my side since I got home, so I got to get somebody else way to read cards. Big boy did not lose any weight while I was gone, did you? No, you were well taken care of.
So, I got a few questions.
Happy birthday, Starlight Glazer. I saw that her birthday is today too.
Tammy Walker, I believe hers is on Friday. So happy birthday.
Oh, you Geminis.
Where to start? Okay. Garland. Will he get a recommendation? Not will he do anything just yet. Will he get a recommendation to indict Donald Trump by the end of this year?
Try to zero in on some timing. Everybody in Sedona said, tell Johnny I said hello. Tell that guy I said hello. We watch y'all every Sunday night. I had one lady that would not let me go that just kept laughing. She was like, when Johnny starts laughing, I'm just gone. I'm just gone.
It's contagious.
It's contagious.
Like yawning.
Best laugh ever. Ooh, it's going to come in quicker than the end of the year. I'm getting fast. So that's an 8 card. Could be August. He's got all the evidence he needs. He's had a lot of whistleblowers, strength on the whistleblowers, a lot of people turning, flipping. Thank you, Grace. Yeah, working together, to put together the prosecution, and he's going to get an indictment. That's a yes for me. Securing one. The fight will take a long time, is what I'm getting. May take a while for the court case. I'm not sure what this is telling me. Have you ever gotten anything on a possibility that Trump could die before all this ends?
No. Well, yes and no. Yes. I got it, but it was in relation to something completely different. But I guess that would still be a yes, though.
I'm sort of getting like before this ends that there's a possibility that he could, before all of it ends, because I'm getting there's going to be a bunch of cases. They will constrict him somehow. So whether that's house arrest or whatever, investigations ongoing. If it's not Trump passing, it's somebody else big in the administration passing. In Trump's administration, not Biden's.
In his tableau, some older person had medical issues but I don't know who it is because it's just the Hierophant was there, older person. What I get for this, I get the star 7 of wands. So yes, they're in the future. Thank you, Grace, and thank you, Carroll. There's someone here, or there's something coming for the future. The 8 of wands is here too. Will he get one? Yes. What he will do with it is a completely different thing, because I get the 4 of swords, 7 of pentacles, temperance. Temperance takes a while. I think Lori, when she read on this, she got that there's some sort of delay or some sort of complication or something like that. I forget exactly what, but I'm kind of getting the same vibe here too. 4 of swords and 7 of pentacles. This is retreat. That's patience. This is also patience. And so it's almost not that he's not doing anything, because these are not inaction cards. They're waiting on something cards. And so there could be some other thing that's coming in and he's waiting for, like you got one shot at this type of thing and you need to make sure you have the case, not just a case. And so there's some sort of waiting that's done too. 2 of wands, plans of some sort. And so will he get one? Yes.
Let me ask this. Is he intentionally waiting for Bonnie Willis to go first on the Georgia case before he brings forward anything? Because there could be more evidence that she'll be sharing with him that could add to his big final cases. Is he intentionally waiting for Fanny to go first? Bonnie. I always forget how to pronounce her name. And while I was away, I think they said she may bring indictments sooner than that August-September timeframe she initially said. But she may be looking at like June, July.
I wonder where she's waiting on. If she's waiting on more testimony from those people with the immunity, or what she's waiting on.
I figured it was that, talking to like people that took immunity.
Thank you, Desiree.
Well, that's a big yes. It's kind of like when Pence came to testify to him, how he sat in, he let someone else question him, right, to the grand jury, but he sat in on it. I get like, yeah, there's truths that she's uncovering, and he's watching. So that he's waiting for her to bring this through the courts here, and then he's going to move forward with justice. So watch for her to whack him, and then like 2 to 3 weeks later, he gets moving. He's got everything wrapped up pretty much. He's got a little bit of evidence he's still working on, but he's got everything he needs, and he's going to move it into court. So
I got a screenshot I took. So right now, just surface level, mind you, Manhattan DA, that's one case. The DOJ Mar-a-Lago documents, that's another case. The DOJ election in Jan 6, that's another case. Fulton County, which is Fannie Willis, that's another case. The former FBI officials also have a lawsuit as well. E. Jean Carroll now has a second lawsuit, so that's 6. The NYAG, Letitia James, has one. And then the police officers have one. So that's 8 cases right now.
I get there's also a delay in one of Jack Smith's witness, or somebody he'd like to subpoena. I feel like this may be Jenny Thomas. Like he's delaying moving in on anything with her for right now, but he's already got some evidence on her. From people she worked with, supporters and people she worked with, like Peanut Butter Boys. He's waiting on one female, because it's not going to be just Trump. It's going to be a whole bunch of people getting indicted.
So I get the 4 of Wands, 5 of Wands to begin with. Are they waiting on her? They're waiting on quite a few things. I would say her is one of them too. Page of Swords and the Moon, there is some delays because of lack of cooperation from somebody. But yes, to answer the question, I think they are waiting on a culmination of things. There's people too with the 3 of Cups. It's kind of the not even circling the wagons anymore. It's like sort of forcing them into one little circle to where you're making the possibilities of escape harder for anybody. And so if I can corner in, just for instance, like a Mike Flynn and this person and that person, and then they have nowhere to go, and then I got every single one of you against the wall, who gives up who first? And so you have 3 of Cups there and the High Priestess. These are also going to be some testimonies behind closed doors type of things. But the investigation goes on with the Hermit, and then this is the person that they are trying to get information from. They would really love some testimony from the Fool, but that's not going to happen. Well, not by choice.
Other than he tells on himself every day in interviews and True Social. Like, I'm sure they've got lots of evidence of things he said. It's like the Fool got instructed last week on what he can say and what he can't say, and he goes out there and he talks more, and now E. Jean Carroll's got more stuff she's added to her case.
Which brings the second question. E. Jean Carroll has sued this Fool again. And
well, she already had.
She added to
the case she already had that was pending. So he keeps opening his mouth and she keeps adding to it. $ signs, cha-ching, cha-ching.
I mean, you already lost $5 million.
It's already been proven. So now it's all about how much money she can get out of him. Oh, he's doing it again. Oh, he's doing it again. Cha-ching, cha-ching.
So my question is, will she be satisfied with the outcome of her second case? I mean, every time he opens his mouth, it costs him money. Why don't you just stop talking? I mean, you're already in the deepest. I just read off you have 8 cases. And these aren't, Bob the builder is suing you, and then Tom down at the Krispy Kreme is suing you. We got the New York Attorney General. We got the district attorneys and attorney generals and special counsels. And these are big words.
Already have 34 felony charges. Already 34.
Yeah, from one
I'm
case.
so smart. I'm smarter than anybody, but I can't shut my damn mouth.
That's mean. I don't understand, sir. It's
why you so stupid?
like Tacopina say, you know what I'm dealing with here. Anyway, will she be satisfied with the outcome of her case? I don't get it.
I got the nostalgia card on the bottom. Here we go again.
All because he can't stop talking. I mean, I joke when I say Geminis talk too much, but this one does. Oh, Lord have mercy. Thank you, Caroline.
I got yes cards all over the place. Yes, because he's all emotional and erratic, and all she has to do is just sit there and let the devil do his thing, right? It's like, let's take a little while to get to this trial because he's not done yet. He has unfinished work. She's got the strength card in the battle, and his lawyers. It wouldn't surprise me if he has another one that turns his back on him. He's going to lose another lawyer before this is over with. I think there are more women, more women coming forward that he's done things to too. So the more he talks and the more E. Jean Carroll wins, more women are going to come out and go after him. But ultimately, yes, she's just sitting back watching. Ultimately, yes, she'll be satisfied.
So, will she be satisfied? I get Justice word of warning. It ends in 5 of Pentacles. Maybe she doesn't get all that she wants from this, but judgment is in the word of solace. So whatever the second case does, it's in her favor. She may not get everything she's asking for, but she will prevail against Donald Trump again. I get a woman here with the Queen of Wands, 3 of Swords, Knight of Cups, who was also assaulted. And so somebody else may be having a case coming along here too. The Emperor gets served something else with the Page of Pentacles. So some other case. So will hers end the way she wants it? Probably not, but 50-50. She won't get all the money she probably wanted as far as the monetary part, but she does get a judgment, I believe.
So once she is through this case, because she's just going to keep adding to it before it starts. Once she's through it, because all they have to do is put a number to it. That's it. He's going to run his mouth again. Will she start a whole new case down the road? Because he can't stop slandering her. Until the day they plant him in a coffin somewhere, he's going to slander her.
And he's probably got tweets on scheduled upload, knowing him. Yeah.
There's a yes right on the bottom. All those emotions overflow and just can't shut up. You talk, devil, and I get your money. And it's all slanderous, talk, bullying talk, and everything. She's just gonna keep working on the details and winning over and over and over. How many times does he have to lose before he'll admit he lost?
It's not worth it, dude. Just so you can say something slick about somebody, it's not worth it. It's really not. Queen of Cups, Page of Cups. There is something coming down the line. Because that's her Queen of Cups, Knight of Pentacles, and the Five of Cups. Thank you, Patty. Yes. There's a situation, too, where they may have some kind of woman that attacks E. Jean Carroll, like a reporter or reporter in quotations. Something like that, some sort of dirty tricks campaign, some sort of slander campaign. Because there's a woman here, and she's got the Five of Cups, Five of Swords, Seven of Swords. So she's got a plan, some sort of gross plan to try to undercut, undermine, and ruin the reputation of E. Jean Carroll. Not so much one of these she enticed him type of deals. It's more of a she's incompetent or something. Because I get with the Queen of Pentacles and Knight of Pentacles, those are like signs, especially with the Seven of Swords, those are signs for like plagiarism or something like that, or some sort of writing that's in the negative. And so she's going to make some sort of story about E. Jean Carroll there. But yeah, there's something else coming down the line. I just don't know exactly what, because I didn't get a justice card, but there is something coming for those two still. Take all his money. That's what I say. Speaking of money, DeSantis has announced his bid for what he's been running for in the first place.
And it was all glitchy. He announced on Twitter, and Twitter jacked it up a little bit.
What I want to know, though, is the finance part of his campaign. Will he raise a lot of money, or will the money continue to flow towards the orange one?
I'm going to ask it this way. Will he outraise, for the rest of this year, will he outraise Trump?
The only reason because Tim Scott is apparently raising a lot of money too. So I'm gonna ask, is he going to raise a lot of, because we always keep getting he doesn't do very well, but the GOP wants him because they're trying to get rid of the stain of Trump. Thank you, well-being. But okay,
they're going to get another stain.
Mm-hmm. The meatball one.
When I was watching, Cruz is running this time again for Senate. This is his first time running again since he left all his constituents out in the cold. Mm-hmm. He's scared. Lizette's got a cat on the keyboard typing.
I get the sense that Ron DeSantis gets the worst cards and will still be the nominee some way, somehow. Because they may cheat for him and push him through.
He's already getting in trouble for campaign finance violations a little bit, how he's doing some stuff even before he announced. And they told him you can't do that. I keep getting he's going to have some kind of financial legal issue. Yeah, because I get, until they throw the orange one out because he's the Gemini. Until he's out in the cold, he's going to be fighting for money. His money will be smaller than Trump's charitable donations, so to speak, a little bit here or there. And I'm getting, again, the Satan's going to have some kind of legal problem that he's going to be put in defense mode on.
Percival Puddin' Pop, the Knight of Pentacle, your dependable money in your tower. I don't see it. This is why I still think that something nebulous is happening behind the scenes, to where this man is not the front runner. He's not the highest bidder. He's not raising the most money. He's not the most popular, and still he gets picked because they want to get away from the orange one. But every reading that anybody does is like, he sucks. His campaign sucks. He's not going to make it, so forth and so forth, because this is not a good start. This is your dependability, your rock solid everything, your hard work. This is the undoing of all of that because it's on a shaky foundation in the first place. Your Nine of Swords would be your big money, your big donations, your not donations, but big money, secure things. And then it's the Ten of Swords. So it's you got both of these that say, go sit down somewhere, child of the corn. But at the same time, he is still he just announced, I'm running for president. And this says, go somewhere and sit down.
So, Johnny, if you were designing a tarot deck of political people, Three Finger Ronnie, would he be the Three of Swords, Three of Wands, Three of Pentacles, or Three of Cups? Probably Three of Cups, pudding cups.
That would be so petty. Put pudding in the actual cups too.
In a cup. Thank you, lady. Lady Life.
Thank you, Lady Life.
That would be good, wouldn't it? Three cups.
But you'd have to put him on there with his M&M boots too.
Yeah. His M&M white boots.
Oh, they melt in your mouth, not in your hand.
Oh, Trump's so petty. Trump has already Truth Socialed out in response to him announcing on Twitter, the Satan announcing on Twitter he's running. He already said, your collar's too big. Whatever collar he has. He's more petty than we are. That was the only thing he could think of. Your collar's too big. Mr. Tie down to his knees, right? Your collar's too big.
Fashion faux pas. I can't.
Mr. Glued on hair tied down to his kneecaps. Your collar's too big.
Oh. What does that even mean?
Silly and stupid. He's got to find something stupid to pick on. Your collar's too big.
You can't talk about it because he looks better than you. His hair is shinier than yours. He's not as fat as you. So it's like, what else are you going to pick on?
It's his own hair. It's not glued on. He doesn't wear a diaper that we know of.
Stick to the pudding jokes. I liked those.
Your collar's
and the M&M boots. Wait a minute, ain't the green M&M a woman? So wasn't he in drag then?
Yeah, he was in drag wearing the white go-go boots.
Okay. The presidential field on the Republican side is getting quite full. They got Asa Hutchinson, Tim Scott, Donald Trump, DeSantis, and there was one more. But what I want to know is,
they don't have a John McCain. They don't have a good, strong candidate.
I was reading some of the comments under Tim Scott's announcement because and Nikki Haley, thank you. And he said that God called him to run for president and all this stuff. And underneath the comments was a bunch of, yes, we're behind you, God, and a bunch of scriptures and all that type of stuff. And then a few people would say he should be the VP because I'm voting for Donald Trump. And then I'll vote for Donald Trump if you're the VP, but you should be the VP. So the Republican field right now, will Donald Trump support anybody else should they be the nominee? Or will he?
I just heard no. I just heard no loud and clear. I'm the star.
Because there's a lot of people to choose from this time. Instead of people being threatened to not run against him, they're just coming out and doing it now.
Right now, it's like, it's not only that he's already lost a presidential election to Biden. Now he's going to lose against other Republicans.
Mm-hmm. Will he support anybody else?
Cards flying out. If he loses the nomination, how can you say the elections are rigged when it's your own party in the primary?
It's Lindsey Graham, the progressive's fault. Let's see.
Nope. 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 He's gonna hang on. Nope. 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 And I get his fundraising's gonna grow. He's gonna make more. His fundraising's gonna grow. Nope. Nope. He's gonna be watching them. He's gonna, be throwing crumbs at him a little bit. And I think he's gonna be the nominee. But
thank you, Edie.
Ultimately, no, it ends with the fool. It's all about Trump. Nope. You could have had me.
Could have had a V8, buddy. I get that there is a very, very razor thin possibility that he could support a woman here with the Queen of Swords. She would have to do some serious smooching of the boots, though, with the Knight of Cups and the Ace of Cups. Like, she would really have to say that he's the greatest thing that ever lived, and so forth and so forth, which is not going to happen. There's the Four of Swords around this woman, so she retreats from him eventually because she has to. But ultimately, no. Pride and ego will not let him do such a thing. Thank you, Edie, and safe trips tomorrow. Or whatever day. What is today?
I've lost track of time. It's Wednesday.
I don't know. Okay. Will the RNC, speaking of the presidential field then, since it's going to be polluted and Donald Trump is still the front runner, according to CNN anyway, will they get involved behind the scenes with one candidate over the other? Will they do some dirty tricks campaigns of their own or whatever? But
all y'all had to do was impeach him, vote him out. You'd never have to look at him again.
yeah, 4 years to do it. You knew the Democrats would vote for it, so
2 opportunities. One of them, which was treasonous, inciting a riot on our Capitol.
and President Pence would have gave you what you wanted anyway. So he was a yes man. He just wasn't a toddler. So anyway. fire, you're going to get burned, buddy.
Well, that's a big yes. Let's see. They're trying to defend their position in their party, manipulating and quiet behind the scenes, talking, trying to make the one that's doing a lot of talking go away. I get there's a man they're trying to rally support for. Thank you, Kathy.
Thank you, Kathy.
It's not going to work. They're trying to hang on as a party. Here we go again. Tower, Ten of Swords. Not getting really what they want, getting the crumbs, but yes, they're trying to rally behind one person.
Yes, there's a man they're trying to big up here with the Emperor in the Word of Solace. So they are, I agree, they've got some guy here. He's a step-by-step Republican with the 10 of Pentacles. He's the one that will follow the company line type thing. There is a black man, though, that they are trying to run out of town like a bad stench here with the King of Pentacles and the Knight of Swords. He's very spiritual in his ways, but they don't want him to overcome because he looks good to a lot of Republicans because evangelicals like him and moderate Republicans like him. And they believe,
like Mike Pence till he got a fly on his head.
They believe he appeals to the other side of the aisle too. And so somebody is trying to run him out here, though, with the 3 of Swords, Knight of Swords, and King of Pentacles. So they want him gone. But yes, there is a man here that they do want in the front, and there's a woman behind it all. Well.
Okay, I'll be right back. I'm going to go refill my thing. I'm so dehydrated after Arizona. That's the one thing. It's so dry there. My lips are chapped and I'm staying dehydrated. So I'll be right back.
And thank y'all for the birthday wishes. It's been a good one. I ate junk and walked around outside. So you can't ask for more than that. Hi, Prairie. Oh, class starts next Friday. So not this Friday, but next Friday. Class starts. Hi, Cam. And wait, calendar to the rescue. Okay, so next Friday, June 2nd, it starts at 5 p.m. Pacific time. 6 Mountain, 7 Central, 8 Eastern. Anywhere else in the world, I can't help you off the top of my head. So June 2nd, 5 p.m. Pacific. It goes for about an hour and a half or so. And there's a Friday class and a Saturday class. The Saturday class is the exact same as the Friday class. It's just for those who cannot make Friday. But no, I did not go to Barnes & Noble. I told myself stay out of there. But if you want to sit in on both classes, you are welcome to, of course. We will teach out of the Rider-Waite. You don't have to have that one necessarily, because if you are even remotely familiar with the images, then a lot of decks sort of give you the same rundown. So there's that. We start next Friday. I have already sent out the email notifications for signups and all that stuff. You have until June 2nd to actually pay for it, so you don't have to do it right now. If you did not,
he did take us walking earlier. He did have
Yes.
a wife. He just didn't go to Barnes & Noble.
I didn't go to Barnes & Noble at all, though. I didn't take y'all because I didn't go at all. What was I saying? Something, I don't know. It doesn't matter. So moving on. Oh, if you did not get the email from me, but you requested a spot in the class, then let me know. That way I can send you the other stuff. Thank you, Spirit Watcher. Okay.
They're reaching up. You've got long arms. Yes, you do.
Will Russia support Donald Trump this go around again? Well, they support the Trumps.
I think they support divisiveness
Mm-hmm. That's what they
more
want.
so than a person.
That's what he was supposed to cause, and he did. I will say there was a riot at the Capitol after all.
And who could be more divisive than Trump? The one that causes chaos is the one they'll partner with. Smug little Trump and my Putin card. They'll offer some help if they need to, but they might need to look at it from a different perspective because he might be out in the cold with all his steady legal problems. But nostalgia and victory card, it's like doing what they've done before. And my Mother Russia card.
Mm-hmm. Also, I get 2 of Pentacles, 2 of Cups. They'll do business with whoever can cause the most damage to the U.S. Because again, remember, their plan is to destabilize all of the first world countries, and then they can just do what they want to do because nobody's on the same page. Break up the EU, break up the U.S., break up all the initial places in the world, and then Russia can be those people. But in the end, I get the 5 of Cups. So not necessarily him, but whoever is left over. Yes.
I want to ask. I want to see how it comes up. Will Trump be the nominee?
Let's see. Will he be the Republican presidential?
2024 presidential nominee for the Republican Party. Will he be the nominee?
Maybe
Putin just unalived somebody else, another one of the oligarchs.
Really?
Yeah, there was another one that passed away mysteriously, flying back from Cuba.
Mm.
One of the few places they can visit.
Yeah. Without getting all their stuff jacked, too.
Will Trump be the nominee?
Thank you, Garbo. Thank you, Louis.
I got a yes crowning the reading, but I do get his fundraising is a little smaller from his supporters. Like he's not getting as much. It wouldn't surprise me if he has a female running mate to try to get support from after all the aging Carroll, stuff he's got a lot of women that have walked away from him, so it wouldn't surprise me if he didn't ask a female to be his running mate, and that may gain a little more support for him. I get he secures it. He's constricted somehow, though, but I get he secures it and strength on him.
Does he become the nominee from jail?
He could be the nominee from jail, the bully that's in jail and making license plates and running for president.
There is a possibility. I get the Emperor and the Moon, so the man in charge, but it's something mysterious behind it. I think right now this may need to be a question we revisit because there's still some details and some murkiness working out right now. There's something else under the surface. So when that moon pops up, there's another question to be asked there. But I get Justice and Hermit, so maybe he is isolated at the time. This would tell me no. And this says, wait a minute, look a little deeper. So
hold my beer.
Yeah.
Or hold my, what is it he snorts?
His Adderall.
Adderall. Hold my Adderall. For entertainment purposes only.
He's entertained. So will the evangelicals support him? Because right now they're starting a little coalition to call him out, especially since the E.G. Carroll case. And it's one of those things. So how do you continue to ignore the elephant in the room? They've been doing it for 6-7 years, but how do you continue to do it? So everybody can't be witch hunting him. So will they support him, or will they follow another?
They ought to be in there trying to cast some demons out of him.
It's not anybody. Just maybe the angels from Africa do it. She should be embarrassed for the rest of her life for that.
Hey, Becca. Yeah, he's got 34 felony counts now. By the time he's their nominee, I'm betting he'll be over 200 felony counts.
I tried to ask that once. We should ask that again.
Yeah.
I don't know how to get numbers with tarot. They don't really work like that for me. Will the evangelicals support him? Oh Lord, do the Lennies for numbers. I have them.
But to get that high a number, Becca, I either have to say in my head, I'm going to add a 0 to whatever the number is I pull, or I have to pull multiple cards to get enough, because he's already at 34, right? There's only 36 Lennies.
Give me the instructions on how to do it, Beck. I'll be back.
Look at the Major Arcana coming out. Chaos and the Strength. And pull 2 cards, then add 0s to the end. That's why, I mean, the number's going to be so big. It's like we're going to have to add them together to get enough.
Couldn't find them. I got 2 pairs.
I've got mine here, and I'll try what she says. She's like, pull 2 cards and then add 0s to the end. Yeah, I get the Chaos and the Strength card. Look at this Major Arcana. Strength, Ace of Cups, Wheel of Fortune, and the Judgment card. They are casting judgment on him. It's making him very emotional and changing. I get a no. They will not support him. Sorry, you're a loser.
The Lion and the Lamb. I laughed because it ends in strength. If he would repent
Or if they could get the demons cast out of him.
If he went to church, and because church people love redemption stories. You could be the worst person on earth, like Paul and anybody else in the Bible, and just say Jesus wept, and then next thing you know, everything's fine. And so here with the strength card, if they can subdue him, if he would come to a place of humility and meekness, temperance, and refocus, he could convince them that he's Christian. But it starts off with the 10 of Swords, the Tower, and the Hierophant. So will they support him? No. There's your church, and there's your hell, and no.
Here's the church, here's the steeple. There's all the people.
If he could repent. But
I'm going to pull 2 cards and add a 0. How many federal felony indictments will Trump have by the time all of his lawsuits?
I need to find my other ones. Jay sent me some really pretty ones. These are the ugly learner ones. Okay. 2 cards. Add some 0 cards.
Add a 0. Okay, we have the sun, which is 31, and the letter, which is 27. So 31, 27 is 58, and add a 0, 580.
I get 56, so 560.
Over 500.
And oddly enough, I get the fish, which is 34, which is what he got now, and then I get the crossbows, which is 22, which is probably coming.
And interesting, because the sun and the letter can be the indictments. right, Becca? 31, 27, 58. Sorry. Yeah, that's right. I was like, did I do the math right?
Mm-hmm.
Could be closer to 58. Nah, I'm going to say it's closer to 580, Becca. Add the 0. I swear, I know it's going north of 200. If he
because he's got the documents, who knows how much they are, and they could be all separate.
There's all separate charges in separate felonies in each of those. So just on Alvin Bragg, 34.
34. A fraud, counts of fraud, mind you.
Yeah.
Okay. So
coming up, Lucy.
Speaking of church and evangelicals, so there were 350 clergy members in the Catholic Church who were accused of sexual abuse, and it was covered up. They were moved around, that type of thing. This is no longer a free speech thing to where this is part of your religion, because that's, of course, not part of anybody's religion. That's abuse. Will the government, if they can at all, will anybody step in and cause some sort of change, don't know how, to the Catholic Church and these abuses that are covered up? 350 clergy members moved around, covered up.
Well, a lot of them go back to the 70s, 80s, 90s, even.
And those are the ones you know about.
Because these are grown people coming out now about in their childhood, a lot of them. Are you coming up? Hey, Bella. Bella's sleeping in my Good Vibes crochet kitty basket. And Lucy's looking at her like, get out, it's mine. There is a shift going on.
Hi, Miss and Joy.
Yeah, I say let priests marry, and that stop a lot of it. Not the pedophiles, but would stop a lot of it. Yeah, it's the cover-ups right there, very burdensome to them, but they are getting to higher ground. So they're making some inroads at trying to end this. They do have plans to end this, so they're creating a strategy, in other words. But there's a little bit of a shift, but it's erratic. Some of them don't want to accept that this is even going on, so denial is what I'm getting. Others are trying to, in private, shine a light on it. But there's going to be more judgment on them if they keep manipulating this for their image sake. So I do get they're working on it, but it's a work in progress. It's unfinished. I mean, I don't know that you could ever, with sexual abuse, we can't get rid of it. And it's not just in the Catholic Church. It's going on in all churches. It's going on,
everywhere.
Any career, any segment.
So I get the Knight of Wands and the Empress. So yes, there is something new coming into the world here with the Empress card and the Knight of Wands. So taking charge of that type of thing. The King of Swords, there is some rules and some regulations and all, but there's already rules and regulations. So the thing is not creating new rules, but enforcing the ones you already have might work too. There's some pain and separation. So I think that there's going to be a lot more like run people off type of thing instead of cover things up. And so there's some more separation coming along the way. But I don't think with the Lover's card and the Four of Cups, you're going to get them to care enough. Because if you have a situation, kind of like Uvalde and Columbine and Sandy Hook, if something happens to children and nothing drastic changes, what changes ever? Like those are the ones you're supposed to protect the most. And so if something happens to them and you don't have a complete overhaul of your whole system, who really cares? So that's one of them things to where, yes, something new comes along, but you have to enforce, which is a whole other thing.
I mean, they've got multiple kinds of things going on because, like, there's women that they prey on, adult women, and then there's the whole children issue. So it's getting rid of the pedophiles. We can't get rid of them in our own society out here outside the church.
Mm-hmm. CNN is having a town hall thing again for Nikki Haley this time. Will this have better results for CNN than Donald Trump's did? Will this not get them such backlash? Will she go on and not sound like a crazy person? Will this go well for CNN? Not for her necessarily, for CNN, because they right now have some reputation to try to gain back. Because they're giving all the platforms to the right.
They're going to fact check everybody but Trump.
Yeah.
It's like, you've already ruined it.
And then that's kind of my thing too, is are they going to, because they do this to women in politics, period, are they going to beat her down when they softballed him? Or softball, they let him talk, period. But
it was a softball interview. It was a rally. They let him do his spiel. So Roro only broke one thing while I was gone. She broke one of the food bowls. She's broken one before. She's a little bit of a klutz like Mama, and we are Aries, so
she's destructive.
Hey, sweetie, you just don't watch where you're running. Yeah, get somebody on there and fact check it. Yeah, I'm curious, will Biden go on CNN? We'll ask that next, maybe.
They need to have him, because if they're going to give the platform to all these other people, then fair and balanced, let him come in, or at least let come in somebody. How can you talk to these people and then not the guy who's also running for president or re-election, I should say?
Well, they're definitely trying to retain their viewers, but a lot of them have already left. They're separated from them. I get that they're leaning for a man in government, so I don't think this will be anything. And I get Trump, so I don't. They'll probably be harder on her, if that makes sense.
7 of Pentacles, 2 of Pentacles, yes, definitely trying to retain some people watching. The Wheel of Fortune, 3 of Wands. This is going to be anticipated to be like a campaign rally speech type of deal, to where she can go on, Queen of Wands, and talk about all her plans in like campaign rally. I get the 10 of Cups and the World card. So they may see CNN as a little better this time around. We'll see. Again, where's Biden's? Where's Kennedy? He's running for president on the left. So where's his? Where's mine? I got some things to say.
I'm going to ask, will Biden go on CNN for a town hall? And if so, how will it go? Because I could see him having him on and being hard as crap on him.
Mm-hmm.
They'd probably get MTG to host it.
Oh, good God in heaven. She's a threat to the president. She shouldn't be in the same room.
No, she shouldn't.
Put her on the curb with the rest of the garbage.
It's funny. Get the bully strategy card on the bottom. Like Biden to be fair, but I get a no, they won't have him on. I get that they will probably return to the liar Trump, partner with him again, hang on to him. It's Trump, Trump, Trump. Trump will return before they have Biden on.
I get some man in charge. Maybe it's the guy who is in charge of CNN. He's got the 10 of Wands, or some man here, a leader of some sort, and then he's got a burden. He does not want Biden there, or some man doesn't. I'll just say that. But Biden, with the King of Cups, if he gets the 9 of Cups, I think he actually wants to, or he would be delighted to, or happy to. So I don't think he really shies away from a conversation. So I think he wants to, because not only will it give him a platform, but he gets to spew his side too and say,
dispute all the other lies.
Yeah, I'll call out Republicans at the very least. But there is the Lovers and the Liar with the Page of Swords. And so there is a little group of them there at CNN who do not want him there. They would prefer gossip. And so they may get some pressure later on down the line with the 6 of Swords to have him on, but this is way later on and after pressure. So they will have some trouble, and then they can give in to be fair and balanced with the Justice card. Okay. I have one more question. Donald Trump's lawyers have requested to meet with Merrick Garland. What triggered this?
You know what we're dealing with here.
Because Jack Smith has now gotten information about foreign deals that Donald Trump has made, or foreign accomplices, possibly too. And so now the lawyers have said, hey, Merrick, let me holler at you for a second, type of deal.
Could it be the potential for 560 to 518 felony counts? If I read my Lenormands right.
Let's see. What triggered this? Oh, I have one more question after this. A little poking fun, but it's I have to find it. Pardon me.
I just heard. Wait a minute. Oh, sorry. A streets card on the bottom. Defending because everything's changing with the courts, all these investigations charging in, and it's just growing and growing. And I heard we're dealing with a delusional man here that won't shut up, and he hadn't paid us. We're burdened on our money, and he snorts up his nose all the time. And I get like, a bunch of us are going to leave. He's going to have no defenders. He's going to steadily lose lawsuit after lawsuit, and they wanted to talk about that. So maybe a plea deal. You're dragging it, they've been dragging his lawyers in to testify and stuff, getting rid of the immunity thing. I think they're looking for plea deals. I mean, look down in Georgia. 8 of them took a plea deal. I think these lawyers are looking for plea deals.
Speaking of 8 of cups in the world, there's something they want completed and wrapped up. The 8 of Wands, or the 8 of Cups, is moving to new horizons, abandoning old projects, and the successful completion thereof. The Ace of Cups, Page of Cups, there's definitely a whole lot of emotion. I think this is more frustration when you got the 5 of Swords here too, because they don't know how to overcome this. This is one of those things to where now you're sort of begging for mercy at this point. And
y'all know everything he touches gets ruined. Why did you even take him on it? Because as a liar, or as a lawyer, you can say, no, thank you. I got enough business right now. I don't need to take your cases on.
You know who he is. He's got a precedent in front of him, behind him, on the side.
Over 3,000 lawsuits he's had in the past. Most of them he's lost.
Okay, wait a minute. Okay, so the House Speaker, Dade Thielen, there in Texas, is being called on to resign because he may have been intoxicated while he was conducting business on the House floor as the Speaker. And the AG, of all people, the Texas AG,
who
is
also has
calling for
felony
him.
counts.
is calling for him to resign. Now, I'm trying to play the audio here.
SB 1070. The said record vote. The clerk will ring the bell. Show Mr. Jatan voting aye. Mrs. Smith voting aye. Mrs. Weiner voting nay. Have all members voted?
All right, and Paxton's statement calling for Phelan to resign.
He apparently slurred every single word that he could possibly say except yay or nay. Every single word that he tried to say came out slurred except yay and nay. So many were saying that, well, maybe he had a stroke. And you could have one and not know it, but he was there the entire time. So,
But yay and nay would be slurred too.
he slurred everything except for that. And so, was he drunk? And here's another thing people were pointing out in the comments too. Nobody said nothing except the AG, which means either they're used to that behavior or they didn't know what they were looking at. And so, is this, if he was drunk, is this a regular thing for him?
Or is there
Or was
another
he having a
reason?
medical issue?
Or is there another reason the AG wants him out?
Yeah. Was he having medical issue or was he intoxicated? Like, look up, his name is, let me try to put it in the thing because it's spelled weird. It's Dade, not Dave. Dade Phelan, I believe. Look up the video. He slurred everything.
Oh, look at the cups cards coming out.
Was he drunk? Oh, 3 cups on the bottom.
Little party going on. There's something else going on with this too with the AG. He wants somebody else in power
Mm-hmm.
in their house. There's a lot of cups going on here, you know. Like, yeah, he's over imbibing, but he also, for practical reasons, wants him to retire. He's got somebody else. The AG has somebody else he's partnering with, old friend. So the structure of the house he wants to change. So here's the AG. He wants to shift the balance over to somebody else, give the power to somebody else, and it's somebody that there's also maybe bribed him to do this. Maybe a little blackmail going on because there's a little treachery here in all these manipulations. It's more than just he was over imbibing. He might have had one cocktail too many at lunch, you know. And they just use that to get rid of him. There's something else going on.
Because I do get my drinking card here, drinking socially. But there he does have.
I'm going to pull a few more. I'm going to ask, does he have a drinking problem or was it a one-time thing?
He does have some sort of mental something too. I think his brain may be damaged in a spot or places with the Ace of Swords, Nine of Swords, Knight of Swords. There's like erratic thoughts. But I get the Fool, the 6 of Wands, and the 5 of Swords. Someone wants his job or is trying to overpower him or overtake him somehow. All they needed was an excuse. And so he just gave them one. Page of Swords. I think his time is running out, though.
Yeah, I'm getting, they want to change a leadership. I'm not getting a drinking problem. They want to change the leaderships. There's laws they want support for that apparently that House Speaker is not putting forward. They're putting in defense mode over drinking, but they want to change. They want to change.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's all I got, y'all. Thank y'all for hanging out with me.
Wait a minute. It's Johnny's birthday. I got to do my Johnny birthday reading. Let's see. To celebrate Johnny Day. It's a year. And as Becca and I, last year we did a whole video on your half-hour video. We'll have to just have at least one spread on Johnny. Oh, many happy returns with judgment on the bottom. Many happy returns, I heard. Your creative talking, the Giga Ones is creative for me. Your creative talking, everyone loves, but you're also very grounded and down to earth. So you calm people with speaking your truth. And that's why people have the sense of nostalgia for watching you and how you structure your readings and everything.
So I'm full of BS, but I know how to turn it off. Is that
It's funny because you also know how to block the erratic ones. In other words, the ones that aren't members of the Petty Boots Club. But I have, you've got all the tools that you need to do what you're doing on YouTube, and that's your wishes granted, doing the readings, and that's where your support comes from, and that's where our Soul Collective is, our tribe, our family, our YouTube family. It's going to continue to grow. You got a trip coming up?
Yes.
Later this year?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there's another trip coming up for you. That's going to be a lot of fun. Something's going to change with your work too, so we'll have to watch for that. Something's going to change in how you work a little bit. It's going to surprise us. So it's either like how you're getting messages or how you're like, there'll be a little shift, a little change. And I think we all tarot card readers go through that. Like there's a little subtle shift from time to time in how we read. But there may be a little shift also in how you get messages.
There has been so far, because I have been told, these are my last 2 readings, I have been told. I did one reading actually for myself. It was in one of the groups that traumatized me a little bit. I got radical self-love look like, and I got the Queen of Cups. And it said, basically, open yourself up. Like the worst is not going to happen if you are vulnerable for even a second. And so what that also does, though, not just open yourself up to other people, it's so you can get other messages too in a way you did not before. Like the way you're doing it is fine because you got this lightning rod thing going on, but you can get other things, maybe a scent, a smell, a sound that you did not get before. So
I was trying to explain that in Sedona, like stay open to your guides, because I had a new way. My guides gave me a message just a couple of weeks ago when I was doing healing energy work on somebody. I heard a sound on the back of my hand as I was working on somebody that was new and unique way. I hear things, I get that clairaudience and stuff, but I get smells, I get tastes, I get different, and I get different, when I'm doing healing energy work versus doing readings, but they keep changing it out.
Mm-hmm. Thank you, Aunt Dot.
So that's for all you out there. Watch for different ways to get messages to you through music, through a book or a movie or a TV show you're watching, and all of a sudden you hear something out of context. That's your guides.
This is why I say remain teachable. If you think you know everything, good luck to you. But if you remain teachable, I don't care how long you've been doing whatever mode you've been doing. Thank you, Aunt Dot, again. You will learn something because they will give you something you did not have before, because for the next journey of life, even if it's just 2 weeks, you're going to need that thing. And if you allow them to give it to you, then it will be of service when you get there.
And
Or you'll come across that person that needed it and you won't be equipped.
everything happens for a reason. So on Thursday, before our grand welcoming Thursday night, I stubbed my toe, and by Thursday night, it's black. I mean, that quick. It's turning black and blue and purple and every color under the sun and swollen. It was obvious. And by the next day, it was even worse. And I'm like, oh my God, I've got to stand on hardwood floors for 3 hours every morning, 3 hours every night teaching. And I got this big toe issue. It's like I'm gonna be trying to prop my foot up and teach like this. Everything happens for a reason. So I worked on it. My roommate worked on it. Mary, and then during the classes, I let people work on my foot, and now my toe is like fine. Everything happens for a reason. I'm like, okay, angels, next time. If you're worried they won't have something to practice on, just don't do it to my toe. It's like, I could find something else they can work on. It doesn't, have to darken my toe to do it.
I guess you don't need your feet for your readings and other things. So they didn't give you the hand injury, but they needed. I guess there's also too a confidence that is instilled in a person when you can help the teacher. Yeah. And so maybe that was part of it too.
I think that was what it was, because I was telling, like, one lady who was working on me belongs to a healing group from the previous Sedona things, and they meet once a month. I said, make sure you tell all those healing warriors you got to work on Jen Lynn on her big toe jammed up.
Well, I'm going to ask then. Was there a divine purpose for you kicking the step?
jamming it all the way in. It was the whole underside all the way around. It was purple. It was crazy.
There was an attention that needed to be given. Here's your imbalance, and you're trying to stay afloat on 2 feet. There's a purpose for it, though. But someone needed to receive something that they were not receiving. Because for whatever reason, maybe there was a blockage. There could have been, too, like I said, a lack of confidence, inner strength. Someone needed to feel as though they contain the lion. Because when you are learning a new modality or learning anything, it can look daunting because it looks like a long process, or it could look overwhelming because you don't know if you know how to do it or whatever. And then the moment comes and boom, you got it.
You need that validation, that feedback sometimes to gain the self-confidence to do it and offer it to other people. So it was really funny because every time somebody worked on me, the swelling would go down or the color would change. It was much lighter. And I hate to stick my toe up here, but you see the color's fine on it now. It's still a little swollen from flying yesterday. The color's fine. It was black and blue all the way around.
It's part of fate.
So it was like they could see, like, even the next day, the improvement, because the energy continues to work for 24 to 48 hours. So they would come up to me like at breakfast the next morning and look and like, oh, it's better. They could see and get that immediate validation. But please don't give me a big old jammed up toe next time.
It's like I can help other ways.
I'll find something else I can work on. But it visually, like it was, you could see the difference every day.
Thank you, Cheryl. And then maybe that's another part of it too, the visual. It's different when a person tells you my back hurts and then, oh, it hurts less. But you can't, you have X-ray vision, Yeah.
Like they can't see that. So if I say, oh, it's much better, they're trusting my words that I'm saying that it's much better. But when they have a visual and they can see it's better.
I mean, still, okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, they got a visual this time. Yeah. It helped. You had to go through it, but it's part of your calling. Sometimes you have to endure things that are unpleasant for the benefit of other people.
And that's a big message to everybody as we're celebrating Johnny's birthday. Sometimes, bad things happen to good people sometimes. And there's a reason if you just pause, and it's like, it's divine order getting me aligned with my path. Now my path, I missed the step, but it still worked for us that weekend. So sometimes when you miss a step, you're still on your path.
Because Miss and Joy did a reading for me yesterday, and my meetup groups that I have been doing, it's like I'm done. Let's be done with it. And she said, well, no, this is saying you need to be there. As unpleasant as some of them may be, you need to be there because somebody else may be benefiting from your presence. And I'm like, but still, they can't like run across the YouTube channel or something. I mean, God dog it. But oh well, the things you have to do when you're called to do it, I suppose. Anyway,
thank you for another wonderful year of readings with Johnny.
Thank you all.
Have a happy rest of your birthday from all of us.
I am. I'm going to go eat actual food this time and not cake and ice cream, which I did actually just buy ice cream. But beside the point, I'm going to go eat actual food this time. I will see y'all on Sunday. And again, next week, next Friday, tarot class time. So I'll see y'all who has signed up by then. You haven't till then to pay for it, so no pressure for right now. But Prairie already got you, of course. And so I will see y'all Sunday.